can contribute at a better. Look, Tyrell Dotson's already come in, and it sucks in the circumstances he came in for an injured Walker, but he came in and immediately was able to get in on some tackles and then pick off that ball that was floated up in the air on the Ramsey pressure. So just got to keep plugging away and try to find the right combo of players, especially in that secondary.
Johnny, can Tua change the narrative?
I'm pretty much over and tired of the narrative. I mean, go out to LA with the Chargers. Who is Herbert beat? But yet they don't talk about it. Look at the wins they have this year. They're against sub 500 teams, and anytime you play somebody above 500, they lose. But nobody's talking about that. Why? Why is it that Tua is under a microscope and Herbert gets away with whatever because he's out in LA? That makes zero sense to me. So the whole narrative thing, I'm over it. Go play the game. Yes, it's going to be cold. Yes, you're probably going to have to run the ball. There might be some snow. Hopefully, Tom and the guys that are out there get to see a great game and we get a W. But the narrative thing, listen, go back and look at the Dolphins' history throughout time. Marino has a losing record in the cold. It is what it is. We're
two of the last three, though, weren't bad either. Two of the last three played the Bills and lost by a field goal both times. Granted, They lost, but it wasn't like he played bad. And that's one thing that people keep forgetting. And Kurt Warner and J.J. Watt kind of said it best this week. Like, people are putting up these three teams and like, oh, they beat the three worst teams in the league. Well, what about the Bills? He was 25 of 28. Like, and even the Cardinals game where he wasn't perfect, but he still was good enough. He left the field both times in the fourth quarter with less than 3 minutes left with the lead.
Yeah. I want to go two ways with this real quick. I want to hit on the Justin Herbert thing real quick because Justin Herbert barely threw for over 200 yards last night against by far the league's worst pass defense. By far the worst. And second of all, the whole Tua thing and the narrative. Okay, so let me run two scenarios past you. Let's say Tua has another game similar to like he had in Buffalo where he's 25 of 30 for 260 and a couple touchdowns, but somehow our defense cracks at the end and lets Jordan Love lead a game-winning drive, and they lose. Well, the narrative's still going to be Tua can't beat good teams. Tua can't win in the cold, even though he did everything he could. The numbers were there. Or if he doesn't play well and puts up subpar numbers, but somehow we still win, the narrative is still, well, yeah, they beat the Packers in Green Bay, but Tua had a poor game, so he didn't have anything to do with it. It's literally a can't win when you're talking about Tua in any narrative, because at this point we're in year 5 and Tua keeps breaking every stereotype against him. So now he can break through on another one if they can beat Green Bay, because the whole thing is can't win in the cold, can't beat winning teams. Well, he's got a chance now to do both, kill two birds, one stone right here on Thursday night. But if he doesn't do it, the media, they're going to kill him for it. And it just kills me because he is playing such great football right now that if he doesn't win this game, all of a sudden, Tua can't do it.
Well, we got to get back to the people on here real quick. Hold on one sec, Johnny. Look, Dolphin winners, what's up, man? Good evening.
What's up, winners? How are you, brother?
Josh Partridge, good evening, everyone. Awesome win Sunday, fins up. Good evening, guys. I'm in the back room. We'll let you on in about 10 minutes, Papa Paul. We got to get done with our thing, and then it's an open panel from 8 to 9. When are the Dolphins releasing Skylar Thompson? This is from Alfredo Perez. What's up, Alfredo?
They signed Daniel Jones.
Mike McDaniel's attached to him. Anybody want to answer that? I mean, he's stuck with us. I mean, we don't have nobody to replace him as a backup. So, like, if we sign Daniel Jones for some crazy reason, which I don't think they should do at all, but I don't know. I know we're screwed if Tua gets hurt. I know that. So, I don't know. I hope that next year they solve that problem with getting a backup.
The Skylar Thompson thing, I mean, he comes in to run the ball, hand the ball off, and run the clock. And I'm not saying he did anything wrong because it looked like a clean handoff to me. It looked like Jalen Wright maybe was a little more at fault than that. But when it comes to Skylar Thompson, it's just a dark cloud that hovers over the team anytime he's involved. And we can't even get a handoff, one single handoff clean without fumbling the ball for a scoop score. So crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
What
we'll be
happened to our
here for
host?
this season, but he's trash.
There he is.
Right. Can't quit messing with these buttons. All right, we got next up is we already well, it does say that the Dolphins have activated we have activated safety Patrick Morris off the injury reserve list and waived veteran safety Marcus May today. But Pelissero says that Miami would like to bring May back to the practice squad if he clears the waiver wire. So
Always good to have that. So, I mean, he's got 3 weeks basically. Now he activates his 21-day window to make him on the active roster, and if he's not, then he misses the rest of the year. That's how that's done. If you like get activated, or if you got brought off of the IR until you're on the active roster, you have 21 days. If you're not on the active roster in 21 days, you miss the whole season. That happened to Naheem Hines earlier this year with the Bengals. They never activated his window, and he just missed the whole year.
I mean, Josh is asking, I think we went over Shaq Barrett, but he said, do you think Shaq Barrett will play any for Miami this season? Anybody want to take that?
Yeah, I don't see him going anywhere else. They're not going to cut him. He's under contract. You can't trade him because trade deadline is gone. So
got to play him or trade him.
Well, you can't trade him. Trade deadline is gone.
Oh, that's right. So you got to play him or release him. And there ain't no way.
And then if you cut him, and if he makes a playoff roster, you got a comp pick later on, maybe.
Oh, okay. So, wow, that's all we got. Looking forward to. All right, Sharif? This fins up. First trivia question, and we'll get to the Oakland or the Patriots win. I'm saying Oakland. Let's see. The Bible. Let's go. All right, let's see. How many times did Bob Greasy throw the ball in Miami's 2 Super Bowl victories combined? A, 18. B, wait. How many times did Bob Greasy throw the ball? That's it. Just throw the ball in Miami's 2 Super Bowl victories.
Yep.
We must have ran the ball a lot.
The second one ran like 35 fucking times in the second one at least.
Holy moly. A, 18, B, 22, C, 25, and D, 29. So it's out of one of those 4. How many times did Bob Greasy throw the ball in Miami's 2 Super Bowl victories? A, 18, B, 22, C, 25, or D, 29? Wow, we ran the ball back in the days, boy.
I'm honestly think it's like 18 or 22.
Yeah,
the first ones.
I think it's A. 17 popped in my head before you said anything, so I'm going to go with A, 18.
I want to say it was like 12 to 15 passes in the first game. In the second game, there really wasn't many at all because he had all 3 backs with significant touches, and Zonka had like 160 yards and 2 touchdowns.
The answer, here we go. The answer is A, 18 times.
Yep.
That's it. Wow.
That makes sense.
Dang. You can't run the ball like that today's football, can you?
Yeah.
You could.
You can. If you got 3 dogs back there,
I was just say, if you had Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, and fucking Bijan Robinson on the same team, that's basically what it was like back then. I mean, think about it.
Right.
All right, let's get to the game, man. The Patriots game.
You still got to go over win.
Oh, and let's get some guests in here already. Let's get Papa Paul in here. Let's go, Papi Paul.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Papa Paul?
Cool. There we go.
You're in a horizontal position.
Yeah, I'm laying in bed. I'm on vacation.
Lay back.
Oh, yeah. I'm going on vacation in the morning.
Yep. Well, the narrative of the Tua doubters saying that they can't beat a good team is what's on the line on Thanksgiving. I'm looking forward to that. Last year we only beat 1 team. The year before we only beat 2 teams, 500 or above. So let's hope we can, win one of those. I don't know if San Fran's going to be above 500 by the time we get to them. If they keep losing, and the Texans are above 500, so we'll face 2. But the Texans actually lost to the Titans, so that's good news. But yeah, I'm tired of people thinking that it's easy to beat these bum teams when Tua is absolutely mind blowing right now. Let's talk about the game, man. We'll start off with Tom because you gotta go here soon. Go ahead, Tom.
We talking about what the
Well,
game
actually,
we
no.
just played or the game we're talking about next?
No, the Pats game. Let's go over the best moments and the best players and everything you want to talk about real quick.
I like Waddle's involvement. I like the way that these red zone and third down formations have been going lately, especially like you're attracting everyone to one side of the field and dumping back across the other way. I mean, Tua's footwork and maestro with the ball, the play to Jalen Wright, the sheer timing and trust that he's going to be there. Like he literally just put it up behind him. Like he was, he had to hope for the best, like that he'd be there. And then some of these like RPOs or different motional plays. Like we had like 93% motion this past game and like 87 the one before that. Just the way he's turning his back to the ball and he's like, you can see he's got a command of the offense. And honestly, some of these plays you could tell that have been like audibles from Tua. And then the first read Tua people, go fuck yourself. Jonnu was the fourth read. How about that? Echan was the third read. How about that? Like, you know what I mean? Like every single narrative that people come up with year in, year out about him, he works on and improves drastically with that. The next step for him this time is to throw the ball away. And when under center security, other than that, there's not much bad you could say about the guy in 5 weeks. You could ticky tack and pick apart little things, but you can say that about every single quarterback. Justin Herbert missing wide open guys last night. Lamar Jackson missing wide open guys last night. If Barkley doesn't go for 140 and 2 touchdowns in the second half, that game's a lot closer too because Jalen Hurts wasn't really accurate either. I mean, it's just, it's tiresome, but the adjustments and the impact of Zach Sealer and Calais Campbell, like Sealer's impact in the 3 games he was missed or 2 games he was missed, you could see it drastically. Our linebackers weren't getting home. The pressures weren't getting there. Like he eats the middle, but he also rushes the quarterback. Well, hands, leaps, and abounds better than Christian Wilkins ever rushed the quarterback. Wilkins is your better run stopper, but Sealer's your better pass rusher, to be honest with you.
I agree, and they actually ran that little flip play twice. They had run it once earlier in the game where the I believe it was a receiver was closer, and I think that was like their practice run, and it worked well. And then he did it a second time, and nobody saw that coming.
Like it was crazy though, is that he got the sack and then went for the ball too. It was just like one of those Javidon Clowney plays where it's Michigan. He almost, if he recovered, it would have been even better. But still, crazy. I don't know. We're a really similar team we're playing versus now again. So that's we're playing ourselves essentially. You got to play mistake-free football. Can't keep shooting ourselves in the foot. The good thing about this game, not many penalties, not many drive killing, not any drive killing penalties. A lot of ticky tack away from the ball holding. I think they picked on Cam Smith a little bit. I don't think that was even a penalty on Cam. He looked a lot better this game, a little more comfortable, but they're still doing the same thing. There's crossing routes where he needs to get help across the middle, and Jordan Poyer's lost in fucking outer space looking at nobody.
Yeah, I think Jordan Poyer made one play the entire game.
What happened on that Austin Hooper touchdown?
What the hell's he looking at?
Who passed off, but there was no safeties even around when he got passed off. Poyer was trying to help over on the perimeter, left the guy right down the seam by himself. I'm like, holy smokes.
Well, one thing I've noticed is in the last 3 games, the discipline has gotten much better. In the last 3 games, we've only had, I believe it's 8 penalties against us in 3 games. When the first 2 games, we had like 10 penalties each game.
Yeah, we had 3 for 17 yards this week. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's winning football right there, not giving a bunch of free yards to the other team.
Yeah, we had 3 penalties this Sunday, 4 against the Raiders, and then 1 the game before that.
Yeah, playing good ball. Just got to keep going. I mean, they see the goals in front of them, and they're taking it one step at a time. You see it at every single pre and post, hype session per se. Captain breakdown from Campbell. Like, the job's not finished. Like, you put yourselves in this big-ass hole, and you know what you got to do. And one slip, it's over. So keep going together as one team, one play, one unit. Like, that mantra they keep doing is good. I like that.
I love what Kyle Krabs from Locked On Dolphins podcast today said it perfect. If they can get the win here against Green Bay, even the record at 6-6, now you have a 5-game season. So you condense the last 5 into a mini season and try to win 4 out of 5 for sure. And that, in theory, based on the combination of what all the other teams in the wild card spots currently, what their schedules look like, 10 wins should get us in. So it's very important to get this one. If we don't get this one, we have to run the table. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, we can't
Josh
lose to an
says,
NFC opponent.
For Thursday night, did y'all see that the wide receiver for Green Bay, was it Dubes or Dobbs?
Yeah, Romeo Dobbs. Is he not playing?
He's out with a concussion.
Yeah, I saw he got banged up pretty good. I mean, they have so many good receivers. It's one thing Green Bay does well. They pick some handful of randos and end up hitting home runs on all of them. DeMontario Wicks will be playing. Jaden Reed's their number one. They have a plethora of tight ends and Tucker Kraft and Musgrave if he's healthy. I'm not even sure. We're playing the same type of team. Josh Jacobs is a beast back, and we typically used to struggle against the run. So they're going to be keying in on that too. They're going to try to get us to bait us in, lure us into the run, and dump one over top. Love's crafty. They're both very similar quarterbacks, very similar teams. Same offensive tree. It's coming from Mike Shanahan down to Kyle to LaFleur. They all work together in Washington. You know what I mean? It's just who's going to make the mistake that's going to cause it all to unravel.
In the game. All right, let's pause for 1 sec because there's a lot of people commenting and we ain't got to them at all. George Partridge, you going to the game, Pedro? My man Tom is right here. He's going to the game. It's too cold. I'm going to the Browns game.
And yes, Christian Watson. I'm so sorry. I forgot Christian Watson. I saw a comment pop up.
All right. Toby says drop the link. Oh man, I'm on the phone. I don't know how to copy and paste it on my computer, which sucks because I'm gonna have to get off. Brad Johnson wants to be on too, so we got two people want to be on. Boy, this is not a good day for that. My computer is glitched, and I'm usually on here on my computer, and I can use my phone to easily pop that to you. I'll see what I can do about getting y'all the link. All right, so keep it on your messenger. Kenyato Johnson says fins up. Antonio Classic says let's go.
Yes, sir.
Brad, I'm getting to you, man. All right, when you go live, all right. Just look at your messenger. I'll send the link here in a minute. All right. I think what I'll do is I'll come off, go take care of that, and then come back on while you guys are on. Don't worry, I just messed it up.
Pedro, you should be able to go scroll to the bottom on your phone, and you'll see, and you see,
guest.
Yeah, you should see an invite down there.
Invite and then type in their name, and that would probably send them the link, right?
No, it brings up the link which you can copy, and then you can actually just put it right in the comments yourself.
I just
okay, there you go. That's a good idea.
It won't let me.
All right. There's a way. Antonio Classic says Christian Watson, Brad Johnson, Denver not lose to Cleveland or Indy.
I mean, Cleveland's playing good ball with Jameis. They could lose. They didn't play that great versus the Raiders. The Raiders just couldn't help but give that game away.
Yep, Jordan Love good. Coach LaFleur, yeah. I mean, of course, Green Bay's a tough place to win.
I'm glad they won, though, because losing 2 losses in a row at home is not likely, especially in Green Bay, especially in this part of the season. So them winning was helpful, to be honest with you, in my opinion.
Right. Antonio Classic says, it's too cold. I'm going to the Browns game. Oh, says Pedro, that's too cold, man. It was, man. I got traumatized, man, up in Tennessee, man, in Nashville, and the weather was the coldest. I've never seen a game where it was like raining, sleeting, and snowing. And that was the best shower I ever took, man. I don't see how these northerners, and people think I'm a northerner. I live in the middle. I'm not where Matt's at above in Ohio. I mean, you get more snow. How much snow you get? Like we average like probably 7 inches all winter here in Knoxville. You probably get a foot average, 2 feet.
Probably probably an average of about a foot.
Yeah, right. So a little bit more, and then people up north, yeah, man, like New York, New Jersey, Cleveland, Philly. Golly, man. Yeah, that's cold, man. That's cold. Mucho frío.
At least they said no snow now. It's been going on and off with snow. Now it's just supposedly.
If it does, it'll be 6
degrees. It's going to be 6 degrees at kickoff, allegedly. That's what it's going to feel like. Row 2 behind the end zone is going to be nice and toasty. Not.
All right. There we go. All right, so I copied it. Now what? Put it on the comments? How the hell can I comment?
You should be able to go scroll to the right on your phone and go down to the bottom and be able to leave a comment.
What do you mean scroll? Like I can't scroll left
I
or
ain't
right at
funny.
all.
I'll be full of Jameson too, but I'm definitely not
You
taking
should be
my
able to
shirt
go
off.
to
No
the
one see
bottom of
that
the
shit.
comments, the very bottom of the comments, and you should see a place to post a link.
All right. Nope, not on my phone. That's weird.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll step out real quick, and I'll copy a link, and I'll post it in the comments.
Cool, appreciate it. And that way, Brad and Toby, if they want to come on, all they got to do is click the link, and it'll send them right to us. Cool, man. Appreciate it.
You're good because I'm getting off. Everyone, have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, man.
If you see my crazy ass, let me know. I'll be there going wild. We're road 2 behind the end zone. I'm not sure exactly which side it is, but we're 138 road 2.
Oh,
I
you'll
know that
definitely be on.
Justin and
You'll
Keith
be on
got to the
TV.
house today with their significant others. So if you're going to the game, they're doing a big tailgate
I
right
already
outside the
posted it.
stadium. All right, that's even
Well,
better.
make sure you catch Tyreek Hill when he comes up for the big Lambeau leap.
Dude, that'd be
Tom-
fucking sick. I'd be right there.
Tom, I'm sorry you're leaving the show because I could listen to you all night.
I appreciate it. Yeah,
Tom,
I got a
happy,
pack. I
happy
still haven't done
Thanksgiving.
anything.
Safe travels, brother.
Yes, have
Thanks,
a happy
everyone.
Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yes, sir. Let's get this dub.
Fins up, brother.
Fins up.
The link's
Fins
on
up.
there, Toby and Brad. So if y'all want to come on, just hit that StreamYard, and it'll take you. And then I'll look at the guest and keep an eye on that to make sure I don't miss that. But I just wanted to go over some of the comments from the players real quick. Clayus Campbell on Playing Thursday said we played some really good football over the last couple of weeks. And let me add that we've not beaten a good quality team, and this is our chance this season, our biggest chance to beat so huge this game. It's not even funny. And it's my birthday, so we got to win. He says for us to get where we want to get to and back into this fight, this one is a pretty big one. John Smith says on playing cold weather. I've played in a lot of cold weather games in my career. I don't think that'll be a challenge for us. Everybody thinks that all the Dolphins players, because they play for the Dolphins, live in tropical weather, was born in tropical weather, and never used to the cold weather. That is not the right narrative. These players are paid, and they have played plenty of times in cold weather. The narrative of the Dolphins is we can't win in the cold weather. I think the last time I remember a cold weather win was the Steelers game. I remember it snowing, and I think we won at the Steelers, a cold weather game, and that was probably a while ago. I don't know if somebody could remember one sooner, but Tyrell Dodson says you got to just do your job. Don't matter if it's cold, snowing. It don't matter. When you sign that contract, you got to do a job. Straight up, you're getting paid hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, to play this game that we've been waiting a long time. And yes, the narrative will change, Tua, no matter what the Tua doubters do. If you beat Green Bay, you're gonna get a lot of respect from everybody because America is watching prime time. And if you put up numbers like you did the past 3 games and we get to 30 points, there's a good chance that we can, keep it close. And, I'd be shocked if we, got a 14-point lead going in the fourth quarter, 10-point lead. I'd be shocked if we had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter. Go ahead and let's start this preview, man. Go ahead. Let's start off with our guest today. Go ahead, Paul. Give you a preview of what you think is going to happen and, are we going to win, lose? Just, whatever you want to talk about, the preview of the upcoming Thanksgiving game, man. Big game.
Well, I think you're going to see a lot of more of Jonnu. Fun fact that you might not know, I don't know if you read it or not, Pedro, that Jonnu is the first tight end to get 100-plus yards and score 2 touchdowns since the merger in 1970 of AFL and NFL. The Miami Dolphins.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That was the Raiders game. He had 101 yards, which was his personal best, and 2 touchdowns. And then this Sunday's game, he got 102 yards and 1 touchdown.
Wow. He's absolutely balling.
So I think Jonnu's going to be a big part of this coming Thursday, as well as everybody. The biggest thing I loved about Sunday's game is that out of 28 receptions Tua had, and out of 28 receptions, he had 8 different receivers.
Wow. That's awesome. All right, go ahead, Matt.
No, I mean, just if we can do more of the same, the last 3 weeks we've been very, very, very efficient. Tua's been surgical. That's his superpower, man. He can slice them and dice them with the best of them. And with the cold weather, I actually think that helps us a little bit in the fact that cold weather, hard football, possibly the short passing game has been working to perfection for us the last 3 or 4 weeks. So more of that. I would like to see a little more efficiency in the run game. We haven't given up on it. I mean, we still attempted over 20 rush attempts this week, but we just didn't get anything going. But as long as we keep it honest, and we can still run some RPO and some play action off of that, that opens up. But yeah, back to what Paul was saying, man, Jonnu has stepped up. We knew Hill and Waddle were going to be our guys, but a lot of people thought maybe Odell Beckham would step up and be our 3. Definitely Jonnu Smith has stepped up and entered that 3 amigos kind of status with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. So at the perfect time too, because we needed it more than anything with the way the teams are shutting down Tyreek Hill right now.
Right.
Just more of the same.
We got a guest on here, and I don't know. You still there, Toby?
I'm here.
There
What's
you
up,
go,
Toby?
my man. Well, we do a round table, man. How you doing, man? You could start it off by just giving your thoughts on the Patriots win.
I thought it was a great win. I thought for sure we had it, had to win for sure. I mean, because, they're trash regardless. I just think, I don't know. I've been a diehard fan for a long time, but I think the coach is just too soft on the players. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. And but I mean, they're looking good though. I mean, I think they made a good a good comeback, and they can't. The Dolphins they can't win without Tua. To be honest with you, that's just my. I know a lot of people are critical on Tua, but I was at one point. But he got his game and he's doing well. So hopefully they can come in Thursday night and get a nice big win. That'd be great.
Yeah, and the last time we actually beat a good team was last year when we faced the Cowboys. Our only win against a team above 500, and that's what the Dolphins have been trying to change for the past 20 years of actually beating a team or two. I mean, I know the San Francisco 49ers are slumping, and I can't believe the Titans. My wife's Titans beat the Texans. Can't believe that, and that showed us that hey, if they can do that, we can do that as well, especially with Tua's accuracy, pocket presence. The only thing that the haters got left are the doubters. We were all doubters at one point, but Tua needs to work on is, in my opinion, is beating the good teams. That's what everybody's complaint is. And this Thursday, that hopefully will shut them up. It won't shut up most of them. Most of them will say, well, you want a playoff game because how it goes. Everybody keeps moving the sticks back. Do you think we're going to win the game, Toby, this Thursday?
I do. I think to be honest with you, I think we have a good chance, including Houston and the Niners. They're not doing too well. I mean, Houston is, the better team that I think we're going to have a little trouble with, but I think we can beat them. I think we can even, beat the 49ers. We just got to play good D and, I just noticed our offense is so hard to figure out for teams. They don't know which way the plays come, what's coming towards them, so they're kind of confused. But I think we're going to win. I really do. I think Sunday night Tua's got to prove this, because if not, man, it's going to be bad for him if he doesn't win this game. I'm just going to say, those haters are going to be all over him. So, but I think we got
those haters are just sitting there ready to pounce.
Oh, they are.
That's all they have. That's all they have left to complain about when it comes to him personally, is just sitting there. Never mind what he's done the last 3 weeks where he's putting up fantastic numbers. They're waiting for that one time
they're saying it's bottom 5 teams, Matt. Though we beat a Jaguars team, a Raiders. These are bottom 5 teams. Are going to have first picks.
C.J. Stroud just lost to the 2-8 Titans, just like you mentioned, and C.J. Stroud's been put on a platform by the.
I'm just saying what the doubters will say, because the doubters they keep moving the sticks back. They're always gonna say, and this is our.
Yeah, the doubters don't look at it as there's 32 NFL teams, and every single one of them is full of professional players that are the cream of the crop. So I personally don't care what teams we beat to get, or to, what teams he puts those numbers, we win the games. All that matters is this week and this week only at the time. And if we can come out, real quick, here's my whole thing. If we win the toss, we defer, okay? Because I want the ball in the second half. We come out, we hold the offense to a punt. That would be great, just like we did last week. We get the ball, we go down, score, bam. I mean, you have to take the momentum quick, especially in a away game like that in Green Bay. You can't let them go down and score on you, or maybe you do take the ball first and go down and score, because we've been very successful on our opening drives. So maybe you do take the ball this time. You go down and try to score a touchdown and get that crowd quiet right off the bat. So it depends on kind of the strategy on what Mike McDaniel thinks might be best to do in a frigid environment on the road.
Yeah.
Hey, give us your. Go ahead.
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Johnny. It's your turn. Give us that preview of the Thanksgiving primetime game, 8:20 start time. We're not going to bed until hopefully I can't even jump in a pool, Johnny, man. I'll be at my dad's house, so there ain't going to be no jumping anywhere if we win. I think he's got like 5 acres, though, so there'll be a lot of running around and cheering with my little Cuban family. But go ahead, Johnny.
Well, couple things. One, I already said it. I hate the narrative. Can't beat the good teams. You play the teams that are put in front of you. It's not your fault what their record is when you play them, or how they're playing when you play them. Last year they said that, and we beat 3 teams that were in the playoffs the year before, but stunk last year. That's not our fault. They're on the schedule. You play them. It's not only Tua, it's the entire team. Coach McDaniel does not have a good record on the road in cold games against winning teams. So it's not just Tua. You want to be a Tua hater, go right ahead. Just do me a favor, keep it off our shows. You want to talk stats, you want to talk figures, you want to put facts out there, that's fine. Papa Paul touched on it. Jonnu Smith, I think he's got to have a huge game against Thanksgiving, and not just catching the ball. His run blocking has been very good. His blocking overall has been very good. Maybe you use him in a couple of those sweeps where he can get the ball and make things happen if it's cold, or the ground's hard or whatever. He's a bigger guy. He's harder to tackle. Get him the ball. Yeah. Matt, I think you said it perfect. Get the ball, whether they get it and we stop them and then score to get the momentum and get the crowd out of it, or we take the ball and drive down and score, which we've done quite a bit in the last few games. Is our first drives, putting points on the board. And it's got to be consistent. Not a lot of, you can't have the penalties. You can't have those penalties that kill a drive or put you in, 3rd and 15 or something, where now you're limiting the playbook. They got to play clean. Yes, they beat 3 subpar teams, but they beat them. If we lose to them, can you imagine what these people will be saying?
Oh man, we suck.
Right, exactly. So, it's, you beat the team that's in front of you this week, and then you worry about next week. Next week, we win Thursday, we get a few extra days off. The Jets still have to play on Sunday and then travel to Miami, which is definitely to our advantage. And then go fly to Houston. And Houston is another team similar to a lot of teams in the league. Up and down. They look great one week, they look horrible the next. They play 2 good games, then they look horrible. We're in the same situation. The remaining schedule that we have, we can win every game.
I like what Ty's saying. All right, let's get to Papa Paul real quick. I got a subject for you, then we'll get back to Toby. Papa Paul, we haven't talked about this, but guess what happened when Tyreek Hill walked into that courtroom today? Go ahead, take it away.
It was dismissed. The police officers didn't show up, and it was dismissed.
There you go. And why do you think those cops didn't show up, Paul?
Because they were in the total wrong.
Well,
That's
go
the
ahead.
smart. That is the smartest thing the police department could have done. Not show up, dismiss the case, let it get out of the news, and not worry about it.
There you go. I agree. What are your thoughts on Tyreek's lack of playtime, Toby? You know, I mean, not playtime. I'm sorry, lack of yardage because, like, he's being the best decoy. But go ahead, take it away, Toby. Talk about Tyreek and you know why he's not getting the production because last year, remember what the what everybody was saying that Tua is getting all these yards and he's the best in the NFL because of Tyreek. Well, is that the case this season?
I
Go ahead,
think
Toby.
I
Why do you
think
think
it's
why do you think Tyreek's got that lack of production this season?
I think it's all because of his wrist thing, and I don't think coach wants to kill. That's just my opinion.
The wrist.
And I think like he wants, and you can see that sometimes he gets frustrated, like he's not getting the ball like he always wants. And I just think coach is so worried about that wrist and wants to try to keep him, the rest of the season. I don't know. I guess that would probably be my one. I don't know. I hope that's the only reason.
Yeah, we all want Tyreek to get a couple 100-yard games like we've been waiting on Waddle. Waddle showed up last week. Is Tyreek going to show up this week? Like it's not because if Tua's open his first read and it's not to Tyreek and they're open, he's gonna and I think the fact that Tyreek is kind of playing decoy, but this is what I like about it. You're not hearing Tyreek complain at all about it. And that's my thing.
Exactly.
You want to add to that, Matt?
No, that's exactly what I was getting ready to say. Is you still see him out blocking ahead of time. You see some of these diva wide receivers. If they're not getting the ball, they're not going to get out and run block. They're not going to get out and block. You see them half-ass it. I see Tyreek Hill playing hard on every play, and then when one of his guys gets a big catch for a first down, he's the first one over there to celebrate with them and help him up off the ground. So he's not complaining. Defenses are doing a good job of limiting his production, which if you go back past years, everybody complains that he was only throwing the ball to Tyreek and maybe Waddle. But now he's spreading the ball around a little bit. Jonnu's getting big games. Achane's been coming up big out of the backfield, catching some big balls. So he's spreading the ball around pretty well right now. So Tyreek's just being a great teammate right now. And obviously winning football games makes it easier to be a good teammate, honestly, because when you're winning football or when you're losing football games, you start pointing fingers and you start doing all this stuff. So as long as they keep winning, I don't see it being a problem.
Oh, what's up, Brad?
How are you guys?
What's
How's
up,
everybody?
Good.
You can talk about whatever you want, my man. You can talk about Thanksgiving game, or you could talk about the Pats win. Whatever you want to talk about, man. Go for it.
Yeah, I mean this game is a huge game for the Dolphins. Huge game for the confidence. Campbell came out and said this is a must win because we need to realize at the end of the day we have not beat really a winning team. And if we can come out and beat the Packers and shock the Packers, we're at 3.5 point underdogs. This would be huge, I mean, remember the last game, Christmas, when Tua got hurt last year. The Packers are coming off a nice win against the Niners that were pretty depleted. Packers are 8-3. So this is a game that goes a long way because people don't realize, me and Toby were talking about this. If, Tua stayed healthy, the Dolphins would definitely be in the playoff hunt. They would have won two to three more games. The offense is really just killing it right now. I mean, Juju Smith has been the MVP. Tyreek Hill he hasn't been that much this year, but our tight ends have been doing really well. Raheem Mostert's been off. Our defense has really stepped up, but we're going to need to get this win because if we lose this game, that gets us 7 losses. And I don't think Denver's going to, I think Denver's a really good team this year with the rookie quarterback. They have a good defense, they have a good coach. They have Vance Joseph, our old coach. So this is a win to prove all the haters, including Mark Shepard, who says the Dolphins are going to lose 3 straight in a row. Listen, I've been a hater of Tua, but Tua so far has stepped up. Let's shut us all up and beat the Packers on Thursday. It's a must win. It's our season. If we lose, I don't think we make the playoffs. I'm just being real. I think We have a tough schedule. I mean, everyone thinks the Jets is going to be an easy win, but you never know when Aaron Rodgers is going to show up. Nothing's an easy win in the NFL.
Right, that's true. What's up, Mike? Sherrod? We're going to get into comments. Everybody, please hold your comments for like a minute so we can just do a circle and everybody can get in their word or their say. What's up, Mike Sherrod? Don't worry, we're going to get to everybody. I'll make sure everybody gets in. What's up, Mike?
How y'all doing?
What's up, Mike?
I'm doing good, man. So we're gonna win on Thursday on my birthday or what? Huh?
Happy birthday, bud.
Happy birthday.
Oh, yeah, man. I can't believe it fell on Thanksgiving. It does that every now and then. But
Wow.
Turkey,
I
baby.
lost my dad on Bills. We lost to the Bills, man. I was with my dad, and I'm gonna be with my dad and my parents on Thanksgiving. So you got to get one of these wins, especially this one, because that would shut not only our narrative but the whole country, man. Go ahead, Mike. Thoughts on that game, real quick.
Hey, the Dolphins gonna win. Listen. That's all. I asked the Dolphins to play with a fight since Tua came back. That's what the Dolphins been doing, playing with fight. So don't even matter. So the longer they play with fight, I'll be happy.
Are you gonna go on social media and just go off on some Tua doubters, man, after the win if we win?
I've been doing it since Tua came back.
Yeah, because I know you're to a supporter, man, all the way, man. And there's nothing wrong with being a doubter or
but when Tua mess up, I ain't like one of these delusional fans. I say Tua like certain things, like people like they be like, oh, you don't criticize Tua, like.
Right.
When he tried to make that tackle, when he dove with the dude with his, I was like, bro, that was so bogus of him. Like, bro, just sometimes I would have let his ass run.
Yeah, play smart.
Play smart. Yeah.
To play smart, doesn't get hurt. We're good to go, man, and we realize that. Next up, let's get back to Toby. Toby, you there, my man? Is he there? Get to Matt. All right, Matt. All right, let's talk about Calais Campbell, man, and the leader that he is. Now, what happened was Greer wanted to trade him for a 5th-round pick to the Ravens, man, and Mike McDaniel said, whoa, hold on, man. I mean, I know we're 2-6, but the season ain't over with, my man. Go ahead, Matt. Leader, because everybody was talking about how old he was and how old this team is.
He wears that Walter Payton Man of the Year award patch on his jersey for a reason, because he's a leader. And he's a leader on the field. He's a leader off the field. And regardless if we're still in the playoff hunt or not, Mike McDaniel essentially vetoing that trade told me everything that I needed to know about Calais Campbell. Is he wants him in that locker room for the young guys, regardless if we're winning or not. If you trade him to the Ravens, great. That's good for him. He's going to go play for a winning team, whatever, and have a chance.
The Ravens ain't going to win a Super Bowl anyway.
But by not trading him and keeping him here, you're essentially letting him mentor the young guys. And you watch every game after we win, who's up there in the locker room in the middle of that pile giving the words of encouragement? It's Calais Campbell, because he's been in this league a long time. He's seen and done just about everything.
30 years old.
Having a leader like that in the locker room is so valuable to this team.
I'm older than Calais Campbell. My friend made a joke. He's like, damn, boy. He said, that's crazy. He said, you older than Calais Campbell. That's crazy, bro.
All right, Toby. What are your thoughts? It's Toby's turn. Give me your thoughts on our rookie pass rusher and his fantastic chop celebration, man. What do you think of Chop 'em Up Robinson?
Well, I'm a big Chop fan. I know a lot of people weren't too happy about the draft pick, but I like the kid, and I knew it was going to take time. Usually, unless you're truly special, like a Bosa or something like that, But I think he's going to be something special down the road. He needs a year or so, but I mean, he's starting to shine now. So I hope his pick was a home run, to be honest with you, man. I really do, because I really love the kid, and he's got a lot of good upside. And, I mean, we'll see. We'll just have to see how it goes.
Next up, Johnny O. Johnny O, what's your thoughts of the running back Chris Brooks, former Finns running back, man, playing for the Packers, man? He's blossoming there.
Well, I mean, he got his chance. Somebody else gave him a chance, and he's taking advantage of it. What a lot of people don't understand, and it baffles me, is when you're taking a kid out of college, you're taking potential. You're taking, hopefully they have the right heart for it. But if you put them in the wrong system, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how talented they are. Yeah, some guys look better than others. You get lucky and you hit what they call a home run when you get a guy who can come in and from just about game one, they're contributing, but those are few and far between. How many quarterbacks are starters now that when they were first drafted, they're gonna, they got to start week one, and it took them time. You have to adjust to the NFL game. It's totally different than the college game. It's quicker, it's faster. The guys are bigger, stronger. I like the Chop Robinson pick. I thought it was a great pick for what was there and what we needed. And the kid is proving every week he's getting better and better and better. And he's just proving that, hey, I was worth that pick. People have very short memories. Look at Jalen Phillips. What did he do most of the first half of his rookie year? People were calling him a bust. Oh, he's not doing as much. And, he started to figure the game out and figure out his leverage and his hand positioning. In the second half of the year, he went off. He got, 4.5 sacks, over 6 sacks over the last 8 games. And in the first 8 games, he didn't have any.
Right.
So it takes time to adjust to the NFL game. You don't walk in the door. Most guys do not walk in the door and are just great from day one. And if you get that guy, you're extremely lucky.
Papa Paul, your turn. I need your thoughts on Zach Sealer and how the defense plays with and without him.
Oh, well, it's quite obvious how they play without him. They don't do near as well. And with him, I mean, he's unstoppable. He's better than Wilkins ever was. And along with Calais Campbell, the two of them in there at the same time, if there's not a sack, there's a lot of pressure going on.
Wow. That's crazy. We got more people coming on. We got a full house. I've never seen 9 squares on the screen before. Wow.
Well, that's
Shake Money. You there?
What's going on?
What's going on, man? Golly, we got a full house today, man. How was your show today?
Oh, it was pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pedro, that's a tribute to you. People are watching your show because you have a good show. You go over a lot of stuff. You get people involved. You read comments. So that's a tribute to you, brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, man. Shake Money. We went in on Thursday, man, against Green Bay, and how we're gonna do, and give a quick thoughts about the game coming up.
Man, I think hopefully if we Tua does what he's been doing, I think he will. If you look at every game, including Buffalo, since he's back, we hit 9 different receivers.
Wow.
So in each game, so I think if he spreads the love and continuing to improve pre-snap, I think Tua was playing wonderful pre-snap, and he's I think. One of my co-hosts mentioned it to me today. He said the one thing he loved was when Skyler missed that ball, whatever, and he came back and said, "Hey, give me the ball. I'm going back in. No, forget this. I'm going back in." He took control of the reins and said, "No, I'm not leaving this up to you, Skyler. No offense, but we worked too hard to blow this game." So I think. If like I said, if it's up to the players, hopefully they rest it, and I think that's going to be the key is getting plenty of rest because it's not going to be easy, man. A short week, so yeah, I hope we win. Not to mention it's a divided house right now. My wife is from Wisconsin, so.
Wow, we got another guest on here, and I don't even know his name, man. I can't read him. I got my glasses
Fred.
on.
That's Fred, by the way. Fred.
That's Fred.
Fred, what's up, Fred?
Hey, what's up, dude? What's up, man? I think it's the
man.
first time. I
Oh,
think
we
it's the
got
first
Fran.
time I've met you too, man. Yeah.
Cool, man. Appreciate you being on the show, man. And
Thanks a lot.
anybody that is playing like a stud right now, you want to talk about other
Oh
than
yeah,
well,
man.
we know Tua's playing, but let
Yeah,
us have
man.
them.
I'm going to say the trenches on both sides, man, are playing like studs right now, man. Of course, Tua is doing his thing, man, and especially and now in this game in Green Bay, Cole, I happen to think, man, it's going to come down to the big boys on both sides of the ball in this game, man. I think whoever has a slight edge in the run game can go a long way in the game like this right here, man. Which I hope Chris Brooks, man, doesn't have one of those "this is for cutting me" games and goes off on us, man. For one thing, man, but I really think, man, this is going to be in the trench play that determines the outcome of this game right here, fellas.
Wow, we're having some background noise. So if you got any background noise, you gotta,
I'm sorry. Yeah, that was
you're
my
good.
TV. I'm sorry, bro.
Oh, you're good. There you go. I was hearing some background noise. I was like, okay. So next up, man, who ain't got to? Next up, we're going back to Mike Sherrod. Mike, my question is, man, there's always like if Tua plays good, right, and we lose the game, and the Tua doubters come out, and Tua still throws for like 3 touchdowns and like almost 300 yards, and he plays well, and let's say the defense lets us down or something like that. How do you handle that as far as if we lose the game on like a game-ending field goal or something crazy like that, and everybody wants to blame it on Tua, you know what I mean? When it wasn't his fault,
Well, you had to ask me something. So this is how. So, because you already know how I am about Tua. Oh, you see my TikTok. So I let people know. Like the game, the last past couple of games, like when we lost to Buffalo. I understand. Like people they're always gonna blame the quarterback on the loss, no matter what.
Yeah,
They're always gonna blame the quarterback.
yeah, I agree.
The quarterback don't play defense. Like the game in Buffalo, Tua didn't play defense. That was hate to bring back up. It was slow. Poyer. I can't stand Poyer. I can't stand him. That man,
I think we're keeping as a starter because of his veteran leadership, in my opinion. But that's about it. I still don't know why he's a starter as well.
If I was Chris Greer, I would have got rid of Skylar Thompson after the game was over.
we ain't got nobody to replace him with. All right,
man, go get Daniel Jones. That's awesome. Go get Daniel Jones.
Brad, let's go to you now, man. Do you think the Dolphins make a run to the playoffs, which the only way to get there is that wild card spot? Do you think they can make it? Because they always let us down, right? Do you think we make the playoffs?
Well, here's what I'm going to say is Thursday's a must win. If we don't win Thursday, I think we're in a lot of trouble, and I think
we got to win out.
Yeah, we got to win out. I mean, I think Denver could win out. I mean, I think they could beat Kansas City at the end. I think they could beat Cleveland, Indianapolis. I don't want to look at their other schedules, but I mean, I think if we want to prove and we want to stop ruining our Thanksgiving, our Christmas, our New Year's Eve, we just win out every game, and then hopefully we make the playoffs. But Denver will have to lose. I mean, everyone's like, okay, 10 wins might get us in, and it probably will. 9-8 is not going to get us in, and we're not guaranteed 10-7.
I don't think so either. I gotta agree with you on that. I don't think 9-8 because the Broncos may only lose 2 more games. They might win 10 games,
and we don't know how good the Bengals might start going on a run too. I mean, Bengals are a team that people can
schedules. Let's hit on these other team schedules real quick because if you look at so you got Baltimore and Pittsburgh fighting it out in the North, right? So if you look at their schedule, Pittsburgh might have the toughest go around at this stretch because Pittsburgh's at Cincinnati. Cincinnati's putting up points. Cleveland, but then they're at Philly, at Baltimore, home against Kansas City, home against Cincinnati to finish. So Pittsburgh could lose 4 of those 6 games right there. So then you got Baltimore's got Philly this week. That's a tough one.
Go ahead, Jack.
Giants, then the Pittsburgh, at Houston, Cleveland. So
Pittsburgh.
Baltimore, Pittsburgh, they could be beating each other up. So one of those teams could fall. Indianapolis probably has the easiest way. They're a half game behind us, but Indianapolis has New England, Denver, Tennessee, the Giants, Jacksonville. Can't get any easier than that.
Oh my goodness.
The Chargers, they're at Atlanta, at Kansas City, home against Tampa Bay, Denver, at New England, at Las Vegas. So the Chargers don't have a real easy schedule. It's about 50-50. And then Denver, like Brad was saying, Cleveland and Indy, they should win both of those games. But at Chargers, at Cincinnati, finish with Kansas City. So if we can take care of our business, that's the key. Take care of our business. I think there's enough help from other teams throughout the league to start knocking down some of these other teams to where we could potentially get the 7 seed. And heck, we might even be able to bump up and get the 6.
Oh, that would be crazy.
If we can go 10-7 at worst, we could definitely get to 7, but maybe even up to a 6, depending on what these other teams do.
We're not depending on the Jets, though.
We got to win on Thursday. If we don't win on Thursday, I'm going to say it like this: the season might be over. I'm just being real, because we got to start beating winning teams, and this is the team that we have to beat. And Tua's got to prove. I've been a Tua hater, but I mean, he has done well. I love Zach Silfer, or whatever his name is. He's my favorite player on the Dolphins. Yeah. You know why? He does the Trump dance, and he comes out, and he's real. I love the guy, right, Mike? You like him too. He brings a lot of excitement to the team. But we got to go out there and we got to win. And we got to stop depending on teams to get there and blah, 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 this and that. Win out, and then we'll see what happens. This team could be dangerous in the playoffs. Maybe they'll win the Super Bowl. And guys, I just want to say something. I belong to the Atlanta Dolphins fan club. We lost a great Dolphins fan in Don. He was a great guy. I don't know if you guys know him or anybody. Very guy. Always would hug everybody. He had a massive heart attack. So let's win the Super Bowl for him this year. Let's win the Super Bowl.
Just win a playoff game. Let's start with that, man. Toby,
exactly.
You're next.
A playoff game. And I'll be going to the playoffs if we get there. How about that?
Right. I tried last year, but we missed it by one game. Toby,
I'll be happy we win. We went on Thanksgiving because
me too.
My dad went in the hospital like Thanksgiving, 2022, and like every Thanksgiving, like to be honest, I feel honored for the Dolphins to play on Thanksgiving because the Dolphins usually don't play on holidays.
Yeah, we haven't played a Thanksgiving game in a while,
Dallas, right?
Yeah, they don't be trying to put the Dolphins. So I made a TikTok, and my friend was like.
Yeah, I don't even know when the last time we played on Thanksgiving was. That's how long it's been.
I think Dallas. It was the Dallas game.
What year?
2003.
2003. That's how long it's been. 10 years since we've been in a Thanksgiving game. My goodness.
Well, I just know the Dallas game in 2003. I don't know if that was the last time, but
2003. That's 21 years.
You guys know.
21 years. Golly, 2003.
Pedro, it was the Dallas game in the snow when Leon let the ball go through, and Pete Stronovich kicked it on the 7-yard line.
Yeah. That first week I moved to Tennessee. I was fresh from moving from Miami. Let's get to Toby next, man. Toby, let me ask you, man. What did that second quarter mean, man? They gained 21 points against the Patriots, man.
That was huge, man. That was gigantic. We really stepped up and did our thing just to, get a good cushion on them. We were able to keep that cushion for a while. I mean, until if had that one play hadn't been touchdown, we've like stopped all them teams from scoring touchdowns, a lot of touchdowns too. It was like it's crazy, man. It's like had that when was the last touchdown? Like was besides Cooper? I mean, it's been a while before that, right? Couple games, 3 games or something, 2 games. It was a while, man. So
the Dolphins they got the top 10 defense. Cause my friend here, Packers fan, he live in Wisconsin.
I'm happy about that. I can't believe Anthony Weaver did it, man, and that's what we needed. We needed. I always say that the scoring defense. You got to have a good scoring defense to get the Super Bowl. You need at least a top 15 offense and defense. But you know what the Dolphins ranked in 72 when they went on their run undefeated, right? They were number one in every category, wasn't they? Johnny, was they number one in offense and defense, right? Rankings back then, right?
No, they were number one in a running offense. Passing offense, no, because they didn't pass the ball.
They didn't pass much. Gotcha.
But overall, I mean, they averaged, if I remember right, they averaged like 220 yards per game rushing.
Jeez. Totally different game. Totally different game, yeah.
That's why they didn't pass. That's why they didn't pass the ball. They didn't have to. They just ran it down your throat and you said, "Here, come stop it." And every team knew that's what they were doing and couldn't stop it.
The last question was about Bob Greasy. This question is a Fins trivia question. Another one about Bob Greasy. What was Bob Greasy's career high for passing yards in a season? Was it A, 2,473 yards, B, 2,567, C, 2,645, or D, 2,719? What was Bob Greasy's career high for passing in a season? Is it 2,473, 2,567, 2,645, or 2,719? Answers in the bottom. What do you guys think?
D.
I'm gonna say B.
D.
2,567? Sounds like a good solid number.
D.
I wonder if it's a high or low number, or it's in the middle.
None of those are high numbers, so.
Oh, how times have changed.
All right.
That a Hall of Fame quarterback never threw for more than 2,500 yards in a season.
Isn't that crazy? And that is the answer. The answer is A. 2,473 yards was his career high. Could you believe that?
Yeah.
Totally different time.
Yeah, but you got to remember that same year, or one of those years, they had almost 3,000 yards rushing.
Whew. Dang, this question tough. All right, let's keep it one more. Jeez. Who was not one of the opponents for Bob Greasy's 300-yard games with the Dolphins? Holy moly, Bob Greasy only had 3 games of 300 yards.
Wow.
Who was not one of the opponents? God, this question's tough. Who was not one of the opponents for Bob Greasy's 300-yard games with the Dolphins? Is it the Houston Oilers, A, B, Cincinnati Bengals, C, New York Jets, or D, Kansas City Chiefs? Which one, or who was not one of those opponents for Bob Greasy
I'm
when
going
he
to go
threw
with
for
B.
300 yards?
I'm going to say B as well.
Read them again.
Whatever Cincinnati is.
Cincinnati. I feel it's the Bengals.
I feel it's the best.
I'm saying the Oilers.
All right, good guesses. And we got some guesses on there. All right, and the answer is it is. I'll make sure I'm on the right number. I don't want to say it wrong. 19. It's C, the New York Jets.
Wow.
C.
Oh, wow.
The New York.
Wow. That was one of the teams that he didn't throw 300 yards. Wow. I thought
The Jets. Okay.
That was the first one that popped in my head, but I was like, that was just too obvious.
I was about to say the Jets, but I was like the Bengals. The Bengals.
Yeah. So I picked.
Next up. Now I want to talk about the duds right now. Other than Julian Hill, who else is the worst performers, man? And let me tell you, I got the worst list right here. I'm about to pull up. Sorry?
Skylar Thompson.
Skylar Thompson. Here's the 5th or the 5 worst graded players. Number 1, tight end Julian Hill, 32.1. Number 2, the person. There you go. Number 2, OBJ, the person that we thought was going to help us and get us some catches. I know we still got the rest of the season, but I'd rather sit there and put out there Washington myself. Oh, what was that, Johnny?
I was saying 3 targets, 0 catches.
There you go, Paul. Yeah, man. I'd rather, man, in my opinion, put Malik, but he's in the list too. He's number 4. Jalen Wright's number 3. We know why that terrible Skylar Thompson. You don't put the ball here, bro. You put it here, bro. You don't put the ball up there, bro. What the heck? That's Skylar's fault. I don't care what y'all say. You can say it was Wright's fault or Skylar. I'm going to say it's Skylar.
Is Tyndall playing at all? Is Tyndall playing, the guy we drafted from Georgia? Is he playing at all?
Kendall Lamb?
No,
No,
Tyndall.
Tyndall, the guy we drafted.
Oh,
Shannon
Tyndall.
Tyndall.
Has he
Shannon
ever
Tyndall.
played?
Channing
No,
Tyndall.
I think on
he
Channing
always
Tyndall.
on the sideline.
So he doesn't even play. No, no.
He's the water.
Left tackle
He
Patrick
said
Paul
water
is
boy.
the fifth
Hey,
worst.
that's what
So
maybe that's what I think Skyler need to be the water boy. Oh, he
Yeah,
need the whole
he's
Mike McDaniels. You know how Mike McDaniels be running on the sideline?
Yeah.
Skyler Thompson need to be that person. Run out to Mike McDaniels, make sure he don't go over the little chalk line. You know.
Dolphins by Daniel Jones. Wow.
Shake, man, Shake. I want Shake to say something real quick. Shake, top 5, man. All right. Can you top 5 graded players, man? Come on, give me one of them.
Top 5 graded players.
Yeah, who played the best, man, against the Patriots? Well, it could be offense or defense, man. It's on the list.
I'm gonna go with Jonnu Smith.
All right, Jonnu Smith is number 2. Let's go. Anybody else want to guess the top players of this last game, man? The top players.
Waddle.
Waddle's number 1. Waddle's number 1.
David Waddle.
Waddle's number 1.
Tua. It got to be
Nope.
Tua.
No, believe it or not.
Wow.
Ron Armstead is number 3. We got 2 more to go. One's a running back, and the other one's a right guard.
Oh,
Eichenberg.
Eichenberg is number 5. Could you believe that Eichenberg made the list? What the? And Devon Chan is number 4. Devon Chan with a 71.1, and I'm so proud of a Chan. Anybody want to talk about a Chan? You want to talk about Chan Shake Money?
Oh yeah, man! I bought that shirt that Papa Paul, Chan shirt Papa Paul has been selling. I don't know if he's still selling it, but hey,
there you go. Cool. He's been playing good. Anybody else want to talk about a Chan and our running backs?
Oh, Devin, A-Chain, right? You mean A-Chain?
A Chan.
It's a
You're talking about the Texas A&M running back, right?
Yeah.
Drafted? Okay, you're confusing me. Okay. Devin H.
Well, that's how you pronounce his
Well, no,
name.
his name is pronounced a Chan.
yeah,
thought it
Chan.
was
If anybody needs a
A-Chain.
contract, if anybody needs a contract extension, is this guy? Once it comes up.
Oh yeah.
He's
Now,
good.
listen, when that comes to that PFF, don't always believe what you're reading. Did you see Tua's PFF this week?
Oh yeah, cause I got Tua. Hey, look, I dropped the whole
was his
Miami
grade?
Dolphins.
65 and a half.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy moly. And he played well. Huh?
Yeah.
Go figure. What was it? He didn't get picked, did he?
Nope.
He didn't have a pick. So, he should have had a higher grade than that.
His PFF is only 65 and a half.
Tua was nominated for the FedEx Player of the Week. I don't think he'll win it, but at least he was nominated, which is a good sign. And then obviously we already know that guard Isaiah Wynn is coming back. Patrick Paul is grading low. Isaiah Wynn's a guard. What does he play at, Matt? Is he on the left or right side? Is he what is he, a left guard, right guard?
Last year he was our starting left guard for the first 6 games of the season until
So he's opposite Armstead, right? He's opposite Armstead, right?
Right next to Armstead.
He's next to Armstead.
He's next to Armstead. God, Isaiah Wynn is next to Armstead. Shoot, we need to run that ball right in between them. Holy moly, Isaiah Wynn next to Armstead is badass.
He's been gone so long.
Joe.
We don't know what kind of shape he's in as far as being game shape. I mean, they're going to activate him because I think they have to. Once they open their practice window, they have to activate him at some point. But
they weigh what's the dude?
Lester Cotton's gone, so
yeah.
Wayne takes his spot on the line as their swing guard. But we'll see how they go because Robert Jones hasn't been playing great, but there's at least some continuity there with that offensive line with Robert Jones at left guard and Eichenberg at right guard. So I don't know that you want to rock the boat too much right now with Isaiah Wynn unless Robert Jones really starts playing poorly or gets hurt. So I don't know. Maybe he's just depth right now.
We got about 6 minutes to go for the show. I want to get everybody's prediction before we get off, and of course, I want to say thank you for all you guys coming on. I want to see you guys more. We try to get everybody out. I know it's hard, man. The more people you got, the longer it's going to take to get around that circle to get back to you. That's why we pretty much do the me and my 3 co-hosts for the first 30 minutes of the show from 7:38, and then we allow everybody to come on. and we try to keep it not a free for all, so that way everybody gets in. Because I know how it is when you don't get your say in, but everybody's gonna get their say in. We need to know what your predictions are. That's all I want. The score, the prediction, man. We'll start it off with Toby, man.
I think it's going to be 28-14 Miami.
Oh, you said 28-14?
Yep.
Wow, big win. Was that a 2-touchdown win?
Yep.
Damn. Wow,
I
that's a
think-
good prediction right there. So dang, so we just gonna win out. But most people gonna be close. That's what I'm asking, because you're like, whoa, we gonna beat them by 2 touchdowns? Shoot, that'd be awesome.
Yep.
All righty, let's go with Mike Sherrod. What you got, my man? We lost Brad. Oh, you already left. All right, that's all right, Brad. Thanks for coming on, Brad. I appreciate you. Go ahead.
So I say the score gonna be 28-17 too. That's how I feel.
You say 27-14, right?
I said 27-14.
No, you said 27 or 24-17 just now. You're saying the same as Toby?
Yeah.
Same
Toby,
as that.
Didn't Toby say 28-14?
Yeah, 28-14. You going with 14 or 17, Mike?
I'm going with 17.
All right, you going 24-17. I got you. Man, that's crazy, man. Shake, man. Are we gonna get a closer score or what?
24-17, Miami.
Go.
Holy moly, 24-17. Well, Papa Paul?
No, I got it 24-21.
Oh,
Miami.
USOB.
Same as Tom or Johnny? Same as Johnny?
24-21.
24-21. Matt Finn Evil.
27-24. The Dolphins erase the narrative.
Wow.
Well, I'm going to give you some of Johnny O's hopium.
Go ahead.
We win out. We win all 6 games.
We win 11 games.
And what if Buffalo only wins 1 of their 6 remaining games?
There's no way. Like, I don't even want to. No, man. The Buffalo Bills ain't gonna lose more than 2 games the rest of the season. They only have 4 losses. They're gonna be like 14 and whatever it is.
Wait a minute. You got to remember any given Sunday, first of all. But if it happens, I'm saying this is
You're saying they're
hopium.
gonna lose 4 of the last 6 to Bills.
This is hopium. If they lose 5 of their last 6 games,
okay,
this
I
is
get it now.
hopium. This is hopium. If they lose 5 of their last 6 games, we win the division.
Hell yeah. And I buy my hopium from Walter White.
That hopium is laced with opium.
that is crazy, but yeah, that is definitely what the definition of that word hopium, because that means it most likely won't happen, huh? But there's hope. I just want to make the playoffs and get 1 shot with Chubbs in the lineup, with Wynn back in the lineup, a full healthy team, and I don't want to see any other injuries or stupid mistakes like last year when McDaniels left Chubbs in there in a blowout. I mean, it's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. Take your starters out, man. That's like playing Calais Campbell, man. We got a 14-point lead, bro, or 17-point lead or something like that, or whatever it was, 21 points or whatever. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe that Skyler had another opportunity and failed miserably after 2 plays. I mean, I don't know about the fact of I know why, because you don't want to risk Tua after the having a lead like that. You milk the clock, and they couldn't even do that with Skyler. So everybody wants him gone now. I'm like, who's gonna play if Tua gets hurt?
Hey, by the way, does anybody know who's doing the Hard Knocks this year? The in-season Hard Knocks?
Oh, they already know.
The NFC North. I mean the AFC North.
Okay, the AFC North.
Yeah, the AFC North.
Okay.
I want to get that because they do they do a like the one we saw with the Giants guy. It was like it wasn't like the regular one during training camp. It was like a pre-training camp thing that showed the draft of the Giants, and it showed the process of him actually on camera saying that, Barrett needs to go out into the market, and they would, see if they can match it, which they didn't. And like I said, it's going to cost a lot of jobs because John Mara, the owner, was in the room, and he said basically that he's the most popular player, and that, if he's gone, that it's going to be tough.
About Saquon Barkley?
Yeah, Barkley, my bad. My names are all confused. Shaq Barkley, there we go, or Saquon Barkley. But anyways, yeah, that was crazy having him go to your rival. That's like letting a Chan get traded to the Bills or Jets or something. It's crazy, man. I can't believe the Giants let that happen, and it's going to cost jobs because what are they, 2 wins, and then you paid millions of dollars to the quarterback you don't even have anymore. And anybody want Daniel Jones as a backup?
He's
I
better
do.
than Skyler.
Yeah, he's better than Skyler. Absolutely.
Hey,
But
I
it's
said
always
that.
it's always a price thing, right? For the remaining
Yeah.
games or something, like it's always a money thing, right?
Well, I
So
mean, the
Good night,
Giants.
guys.
The
good night,
Giants are.
Paul.
The
Good night,
Giants are
Paul.
paying.
Fins up. See you tomorrow.
The
Yep.
Giants are eating most of that. So if you sign him, you'd be signing him to like league minimum, prorated to 6 games or whatever, unless you actually reach a bigger deal with him, like because he has options right now. So there's teams that have reached out to him, so he has options. So
Look at that close score. Alfredo, 28-27. And
it's going to be like that.
yeah, Alfredo was saying the same thing I am. They ain't losing 5 out of 6 games, man. They ain't no way. But it was just like I said, just a what if thing. Appreciate our guest. Shake Money. I'll get is your friend that came on named Paul?
You talking about that's Fred. Fred, you talking about
Fred. All right. Thanks for coming on the show, Fred. I needed to get back to Fred a little bit more. I think you only had a chance to say like 2 things, and I'll get better at that, man. Everybody have a good night, man. This was a great show again, man. Appreciate y'all coming on. And yeah, I appreciate the love, man. Everybody enjoy their happy Thanksgiving with their families, man. And I'm going to be so pumped, man. We're all going to be so excited. And I hope everybody eats and drinks and have a great time with their families on Thursday. Appreciate it. And I better win on my birthday. Let me tell you,
Right.
It doesn't fall on Thanksgiving that often, man. I got to win. I'll be 49 years old. And boy, am I planning next year's 50th birthday. That's going to be a big one there, boy.
Hey, listen, I spent Christmas Eve, because like I said, my wife family's from Wisconsin. With so my Christmas is ruined. You know what I mean? So let's
like
hope
2 years ago when Green Bay came to Miami, I had my friend. Him batted on the game when the Dolphins played on Christmas. Man, I lost $200. So
damn.
I ain't betting this year on the Dolphins. Fuck that.
Smart man.
Hey, I love Tua. I can't lose no money on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Oh, what a game. We're all so excited, man. It's pumped up, man. Y'all have a good night, man. I'm going to go get something to eat. I'm starving, man.
Happy Thanksgiving, all. Fins up.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Fins up,
Love y'all.
everybody.
Yep.